The myth of the terrorist supervillain died with bin Laden. His survival for more than a decade after 9/11 tended to have people thinking that terrorists are smarter than they really are, have access to more capabilities than they really have.
What does it mean for al-Qaeda? Well, I think it means quite a bit. Bin Laden was and always has been the leader of this organization. People who join al-Qaeda swear an oath of allegiance to him personally. It's unlikely that any of the successors would have the same kind of authority, would be able to rally people to him.
The loss of this iconic figure means that al-Qaeda's role is shrinking as it has been for years. Its capabilities have been degraded. We have not seen a large attack parallel to September 11th, 2001 in the almost 10 years that have followed.
What happens next for the U.S. counterterrorism policy? Obviously, right now, the centerpiece of that policy is operations in Afghanistan, which I think this latest raid and others like it kind of raise questions about whether that mission is truly essential to combating terrorism, to hunting al-Qaeda. I am skeptical. If that's true, then we're spending an enormous amount of money, dedicating a lot of resources, and risking American lives that could be directed elsewhere, and I think we should seriously consider that. I think it may be a bit premature to have that discussion, but it's not surprising that some people are starting to raise those questions.
The circumstances surrounding bin Laden's death really underscore the deeper issues and problems with U.S.-Pakistan relations. Since 9/11, both countries have sort of relied on one another for counterterrorism cooperation and for assistance in battling various militant groups in the region. However, they've really been enemies of one another. They've sort of disguised themselves as friends, and we've seen this not only with the recent capture of bin Laden, but also with the ongoing assistance that Pakistan is providing to various militant groups in the region, whether it's the Haqqani Network, Qabla al-Hekmatyar, the original Afghan Taliban. And so really those are the deeper issues involved. And the United States must re-examine its policies in Afghanistan because our policies there rely so heavily on Pakistan.
What does it mean for domestic counterterrorism, for homeland security functions and things like that? We've instituted a number of policies since 9/11 to protect us from terrorism. I think some of those are worthwhile and have been helpful. Especially the things that have put pressure on al-Qaeda that we can see. But I think that people are starting to recognize that a lot of this is what we call security theater. It's intended to make us feel safer, but it doesn't actually make us safer.
Even before President Obama announced Osama bin Laden's death, some Americans were asking, "Can I have my airport back?" What they want is a better balance between privacy and security in the airport environment and in homeland security programs generally. The new era, the new post-bin Laden era, should be better on that score.
We have expended a lot of blood, treasure, and our own civil liberties in pursuit of perfect safety. That is an unachievable and unrealistic goal, and we should take pause at this moment to determine what is the correct level of expenditure of military and national security resources. Are there areas where we have duplicative programs that can be streamlined or cut? And have we drawn the balance between liberty and security correctly?
It's a useful time for having that discussion, and I hope that quite soon that the welcome news of the death of bin Laden will lead to that.